voyage of the shade of all that you were. But years take their toll and things get bent into shape. The worst of it now, I can't remember your face.
I can't hear that. Am I on? Am I on? There we go. I can't hear that without thinking about carols. Do you guys ever do any carols, Christmas carols at your at? It has kind of that sound.
Please.
It's the season. I'm just wondering, you know.
Tis the season. We've done. We do. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, the saddest of Christmas songs.
Yeah.
We're not. It's funny because we just played two very sad versions of our songs. We're not. We're usually thought of as a pretty upbeat band, but when acoustic, we go cryful.
One of the questions from the audience was, what inspired the Bells? How did that all come about?
We were in the studio making our most recent album, which is called Of the Blue Color of the Sky, and we were in the middle of a song called Back from Kathmandu, and there's a spot for a solo in the song, and it just seemed like it obviously should not be a guitar. And for some reason, the idea of handbells popped in my mind. I used to play them as a little kid in grammar school, and I thought, so you go online and find that somebody was selling a set for like $200 out of their garage or something. Because who has handbells? I mean, they probably, if they exist, they're going to be really cheap on eBay. That's just not true. We went and found that there's like a whole crazy society of handbell people, and the best handbell choir in the world is actually here in Los Angeles. They're called the Alchemy Ensemble. They're in the Valley, and so we started going out to see the Alchemy Ensemble just play at their church, and got really obsessed with them. And then they taught us a little bit about handbells, and we we rented some.
And it sounds like they were too expensive to purchase, huh?
5 octaves of handbells is $18,000.
Wow.
Is that 5 octaves?
This is a selection of 5 octaves. We only have the bells here that we actually use in that song, but one octave, I think 1 or 2 octaves you can get for like $9,000, I think, which is, it's just like there's very little you can play with just 2 octaves anyway. So it's, big handbell groups use like 2 sets of 5 octave ones. So you're talking like $40,000 of bells. It's crazy.
Wow. A lot of questions about the videos. The OK Go music videos, which are just amazing. One question. Which is harder to work with, treadmills or dogs?
Treadmills.
Really?
Dogs only bite if you're mean to them. Treadmills just bite no matter what.
How many, of course...
Treadmills don't go to the bathroom on your feet, though.
That's true. But neither do dogs. It was the goat that did that to you. Yeah. There's a goat. There's one sort of like a cameo by a goat in our most recent video actually not our most recent video, but the video for the song White Knuckles. Andy has to sort of wrangle this goat, and all it wants to do is it wrangles him, and really, like, goats seem to exist. At least if you see a goat indoors, the only thing that will strike you is that, like, its whole job is to defecate. Like, it wants to spray it all the time.
It's pretty into urinating also.
Yeah. And little pebbles, little round pebbles of one and floods of the other. It's amazing. Goats.
At least they're neat little pebbles. It's not like just a...
Yeah,
You don't have to
well,
get too
I guess it
descriptive.
depends what your goat's into. Yeah, what you feed your goat. Don't give your goat like a whole lot of lattes before.
So, literally, you guys kind of put YouTube on the map. YouTube was around for about a year when...
You're welcome, YouTube.
Yeah, right? 50 million views. I don't know. I mean, is that just... Can you guys even comprehend that?
No. Frankly, it is really weird. I mean, there's, to know that there are just millions and millions of people out there at their computer, like, watching these things is it's extremely exciting and very surreal. Like, the largest show we've ever played was, we played at New Year's Eve in Times Square once, and there was 1.3 million people. And you can't, that's 10 blocks in any direction, and you can't see that. You literally can't see that many people. And to think that there's that, like, somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 times that many people have watched the videos, just, it's nuts.
And you've been parodied by The Simpsons. You know you've made it big when you've been parodied by The Simpsons.
Yeah. And we've been parodied a lot.
Yeah.
The Simpsons. That was really that, like, people are like, was the Grammy the big deal? It's definitely The Simpsons. Yeah, they're a lot more selective than the Grammys.
And how many takes? How many takes to get it all done?
Which one? The treadmill one?
Yeah.
Treadmill was about 20 takes, but it was 10 days of practicing. The dog video for White Knuckles was 128 takes, but we chose take 72, so those last 60 takes were useless. The Rube Goldberg machine that we did for This Too Shall Pass was 89 takes, but it only got to the end of the machine 3 times. Let's see, what else? The one we did with the Notre Dame Marching Band was about 20 takes as well. We did a video about it 6 months ago in Echo Park where we choreographed. It was a single shot for 21 hours. So we slept in Echo Park and choreographed our sleeping and so forth, and were attacked by geese. And luckily, it wasn't the people there that attacked us. And that we only got 2 takes because each take was 21 hours. So it took several days to get 2 takes.
You guys are a very patient band.
Yes.
A lot of bands I've talked to could never do anything more than 20 times, let alone 108.
No, it's really fun to make the videos. It kind of feels like cheating because when you at least me as a 5-year-old, 10-year-old, 15-year-old, I was like, when I grow up, I'm gonna just make stuff, all kinds of stuff, and videos right now, there's not really a format. Like, it used to be that a video had to be an advertisement for a song, and it had to like fit on MTV, and it had to cost $20 bajillion, or else it wouldn't fit on MTV, and it had to like sort of keep the attention of a very specific demographic, and you basically wind up with a car commercial for where the car is the song, and now now that we get to make them for an online audience of whoever thinks it's interesting, we kind of get to just make whatever we want, and there's sort of an excuse for it, 10 years ago we couldn't have been like, what we should do is spend a month playing with dogs. That's it.
Well, who has bragging rights for the idea? Who is it? Kind of a collaborative thing?
Yeah, the ideas they come from the band or from our close group of friends. I mean, my sister was a co-director and choreographer on both the Dogs video and the Treadmill video. The Rube Goldberg machine was a collaboration with a group here in Los Angeles called Sin Labs. The group didn't exist when we started the project. It was just a loose collective of engineers, and by the end there was 40 people who had made this sort of big art and engineering group. In terms of the initial ideas, it's sort of like it can kind of come from anywhere. Sometimes somebody pitches us something. Recently we made a video where it's an animation where each frame is a piece of toast, and we burned a picture into each one. That was actually pitched to us by the guys who had the laser cutter. Some kids at MIT were like, "We have a laser cutter. We want to toast a lot of stuff." So we were like, "That's great." We made a video with them. Sometimes, like the Rube Goldberg machine. Andy just sent me a link to a Rube Goldberg machine online, the Rube Goldberg machine, by the way, is like Mousetrap. That game Mousetrap, where one thing leads to another. So Andy sent along a thing and was like, we should make a video like this. The treadmills. I think my sister was at the gym when she was just like, wow, these people look like they're dancing badly. We should do that. So yeah, they kind of come from wherever.
Cool. What do you got next for us?
This too shall pass.
Yeah.